Yo, what's up? It's the NBA show. April 12th, Wednesday. We're about 10 minutes late today. Me and Jackson both were fighting demons this morning. Honestly, I was fighting. Yeah, just had to go to the bathroom. And here we go, Jackson. Hello. Oh yeah, dude, that was sick. That was sick. I was at some friends, and then did you see LeBron? No, he also was like this. I thought it was like this. It was like he had one hand like this.
Yeah, it's like I think it's the double three.
Oh, is it a double three? It looked like I thought it was the Spider-Man web shooter. Yeah. But dude, I'm at work. Also, I have one of my producers come in and I'm editing and I need someone to look at something, and I just had the Hawks game on my other monitor. And I just nothing was said about it. I was just working with the Hawks game on. But the second thing is I came back, I drove as fast as I could because I got to see part of the first half of the Timberwolves Lakers. Get back, I see my girlfriend from her crib. She's a little drunk. And and we go to smoke some weed, and my friends are literally watching Silence of the Lamb. I literally turn on the lights because I'm going over to went over to a friend's house with my girlfriend. Turn on the lights, put on the Lakers game because it was like 95-95 before the end of regulation. So I turned that in. Everyone's like, fine, because half of them went to McDonald's at that point. So they're like, we're just going to go to McDonald's. So the other half were like, we're going to watch the game with you, Cyro. So we watch it. It was LeBron who hit the 98, right, to 95 shot. Was it LeBron who put them first at 98 to 95 before Anthony Davis fouled
Schroeder?
Was it Schroeder? Schroeder
hit LeBron to Schroeder. Yeah.
Both times.
Well, to end regulation to take the lead. I can't remember the exact score, but yeah, with like 5 seconds left.
Yeah, something like that. Then Anthony Davis fouls the guy at the 3-point line. They go to overtime.
Yeah.
Okay. And I originally, when I saw this, when it was going down, I was with my friend Will, and I was like, LeBron's just going to go to the paint. He's too big. All right. And when he goes to the paint, I thought he was going to do a reverse, like just reverse it up behind. Like he was going to hit the ball deck, keep the ball's in his right hand. So he was going baseline. So he had like the advantage because the guy was on his left. So the ball was protected with the baseline. And I thought he was just going to do one of these where he just does also, we'll talk about LeBron in a sec, but do this and cradle it reverse. But then he just swings out the Schroeder. Yeah. And in my I know. And when Schroeder got the ball, half of me went like, out of everyone. Like, I know Schroeder was having a decent night, a good night. But
a little better than decent.
I know. He had a good night. But tell me, in your mind, did you watch Schroeder?
I actually did. But no, you're right as far as normal people. I was texting my buddy all game, and when Schroeder got injured, it was he comes back in the third quarter, and I had sent him a text. I was like, this is exactly what
I thought he broke his ankle too when that happened. Did you see his ankle like turn that way?
Schroeder? Yeah, stepped on fucking D'Lo China ankle. Yeah, brutal. But I would agree with you, but Schroeder was like outside of LeBron and AD Davis, he was their best player. And yeah, I knew Schroeder was making that shot, but I was shocked he passed it. That's why I sent the text like, LeBron passed it. Jordan wouldn't.
No, I was shocked.
Tomorrow on Undisputed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
That was a sick moment, and stupid Anthony freaking Davis. Hey, Tom was watching golf videos. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. What'd you watch? But yeah, oh man, that was Anthony Davis, you fucking big old oaf.
What?
He runs, dude. Every single the inbound play that the Minnesota Timberwolves ran, every team runs it. And if you watch the end of a basketball game in regulation, half of the plays are there. And of course, the Lakers are not even close to position. And of course, this big old oaf, Anthony Davis, fucking body checks Mike Conley. Like,
I don't
of
even
course.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny to watch.
What else was going to happen? Of course that happened. And thankfully they got it done in overtime, but 0.1 second left on the clock. That was a great basketball game. And also, the Minnesota Timberwolves, fuck them, dude. Why is Karl Anthony Towns can do the most retarded thing ever, and this guy's on. He's smiling, he's smirking, like, oh yeah, you just fucked up big time. And you got this big old fat smirk on your face. Also, Kyle Anderson, fuck you, fuck Kyle Anderson, man. God damn. Can somebody push Kyle Anderson? What's up with all these turnovers? I thought he was such a leader. I thought he was he played with the Spurs, right? He played under Coach Popovich. Why was he in the doghouse? Oh, he went to Memphis, a young team that could use a veteran like Kyle Anderson that we saw last year. Why isn't he on the Memphis Grizzlies? Fuck Kyle Anderson, man.
Why do you hate Kyle Anderson?
His forehead pisses me off so much.
I do say Kyle Anderson has a weird looking head.
He's more than weird, man. But now, I'll get back to. I don't hate the Timberwolves, but I hate when they play the Lakers because I'm like rooting for the Lakers, and they're just a bunch of MFs. And made me appreciate Chris Paul. Actually, CP3 is the man. I'm back on the Paul train.
Wow.
Yeah, I at least can respect Chris Paul. I can't really respect Karl Anthony Towns or Kyle Anderson.
Karl Anthony Towns, it was either after the first three-pointer to make it 98-95, or it was after the second three-pointer to win the game. Karl Anthony Towns was heading to the bench because they called the timeout, and he purposely shoulder bumped Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, nice guy, Anthony Davis, grabbed Karl Anthony Towns and hugged him or something and let him go after. And it was just, you could tell Karl Anthony Towns was so pissed. He purposely went out his way to shoulder bump Davis on the way to the bench, and Davis just turns around immediately, looks at him, and kind of half hugs him, and then just lets him go. And you knew Towns was just fuck this dude.
Karl, I know he had 5 fouls, but this man was so absent in the fourth quarter after having a phenomenal first 3 quarters. Shout out to the Lakers defense, the number 1 rated defense since the trade deadline. And also, man, I feel bad for Anthony Edwards. I made a China joke, obviously, but he's gonna drop 32 in their next game. But that man can't throw a grape in an ocean. What was the other one? Can't hit the broadside of a barn. Yeah, he couldn't do anything, actually. Thank you, Thomas.
All right, so did you want to stay here, just go straight to do their preview against the Grizzlies, or would you want to talk about the Hawks and then do each of their previews first after that?
Well, let's run a Grizzlies preview. Let me see if I have any more thoughts. LeBron James, pretty good player. Yeah, D'Lo fucking sucked. The Lakers are going to need to start hitting 3-point shots. Vandy kind of worries me a little bit. Actually, these are all playing. This is all preview talk.
Did you see me? He chugged that tea. I ran out of coffee.
Tea?
Yeah, I didn't have.
Dude, I snagged this at Dunkin', and the lady at the. It's 8 a.m. This lady on the intercom's "Hello." What? What? Oh my God! You people wake up early. LeBron James. Oh. She didn't watch LeBron James till 1 a.m. last night. LeBron James and Anthony Davis owe me an hour of sleep. They owe me sleep.
So for me, I went to sleep at 3 a.m.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know. Maybe 2.
Perfect.
It was 2:14.
4 a.m. my time.
Yeah. I woke up at 7:40, so.
Even better.
But
just
with that being, up at Adams. Got it? Would you fuck McKay? No, McKay Adams. The one that.
Who the fuck is that?
The one Riz God tried banging on her show.
Who's Riz God? Who are these people? Not that old. Come on.
Shaf Sharadia, what is called Riz
oh,
God
that's right.
because he went on McKay Adams and like shot his shot on live air.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Aaron Barton, what is up? He's itching for some Hawks talk, isn't he?
Hey, Aaron, let us finish this Grizzlies preview. Aaron, we switched back to mornings in January. We forgot to tell you. I guess we didn't tell you, but yes, we switched back to mornings because I have a life called work. Also, my graduate school, I was doing my enrollment last night. My classes I'm basically going to have class on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday only from 3 to 5 and then 4 to 7 on Wednesdays, 3 to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 4 to 7 on. So I'm going to be basically doing night school.
Nice. That's grad school at its finest, man.
Not bad hours at all.
No.
Like I might be able to like actually work with those hours.
We should get your decision on at the end of the show.
We'll put the decision. Yeah.
I see this. I get the notification that I'm in a comment. I see Cyro Asseo watching this video. I'm like, this is the fucking decision. I Google LeBron James decision. This dude's got the same fucking shirt.
Did you like that? I wore the same shirt as LeBron.
That was great. That's an iconic video.
All right. Yeah, I'll play that video over here. I had to do it. It was low-hanging fruit, but it had to be done.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. It's the Los Angeles Lakers versus Memphis Grizzlies, and I made a preview about this on my personal channel. Go check it out if you guys would like, besides this. But with that being said, what I spoke here, there's two ways to go. I think this is a 6 to 7 game series, regardless. The front court for the Memphis Grizzlies is going to be Xavier Tillman, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Santi Aldama. That's where I think the weakest position for the Grizzlies going against the Lakers. And Rocket News, I agree with you. I actually said I envision this series going to 7 games, Lakers winning it. If it goes to 6 games, I would not be surprised that the Grizzlies win it in 6. But in my opinion, I have the Lakers winning in 7. Anthony Davis and LeBron James, all right, are going to have to feast and dine on the paint. And this is a team, they got to come out here and just be more physical and just attack the paint. They don't need to rely on their 3-point shooting. Just be the bigger team. Your thoughts?
I don't know if the funny comment. Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. The narrative, if you watch like ESPN's right now, everyone's taking the Lakers to the finals. I kind of liked being the outlier that's been saying it since the trade deadline. But yeah, this is my Western Conference finalist in the Los Angeles Lakers. I actually dreamt about Steven Adams last night. It was so weird. That will never happen again. Why was he? I was like, oh my God, Steven Adams is in this game. Yeah, fucking weirdo. Anyways, Dylan Brooks got what he asked. He'd take LeBron in a 7-game series. You know what? Personally, I'd take Dylan Brooks in a 7-game series. Ja's going to be able to, Ja's going to do his thing. Triple J is going to do his thing. But I think at the end of the day, LeBron and AD, now they're well rested. They're going to be rested into Sunday. I think that's a big, big factor as well. But if they can get D'Lo to make like 2 shots, that's going to go a long way. I'm a little bit worried about Vanderbilt. And Triple J, he has a good track record against Triple J, but like last night, you really saw Minnesota like couldn't care less about him on offense.
I know how you beat Triple J, and I know this is like kind of me just thinking like, oh, this is what everyone's thinking. Triple J averages 5 fouls a night. You know that, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said tack the paint. Just tell AD, LeBron, and every other player, you see Jaren Jackson Jr., just drive straight at him. Just have him try to block your shot because he's going to foul you. Get the guy in foul trouble, game's over.
Yeah, it's the 2K fucker game plan right there. Just get him to foul out. It's like so greasy, but I think Triple J is gonna like still be a stud. It was like last night where it's like the Lakers are the leading free throw team in the NBA. I'm watching last night's game and it's like the middle of the 3rd quarter and combined Austin Reeves, AD, and LeBron, they have like 4 free throws. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Attack the goddamn rim. Dennis Schroeder comes in, he picks up the pace, he starts getting downhill. Karl Anthony Towns gets into some stupid foul trouble and they're back. But yeah, the Lakers are just going to have to be aggressive. They're also going to have to make some shots and also don't turn the ball over like 20 times. But
I think you're overlooking.
Matchup.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be a great defensive matchup. This might be one of the worst offensive outings you'll see. You got the 15th best offense in the Grizzlies. Well, look, the Grizzlies historically, when it comes to the playoffs, their half-court offense sputters. Nothing. I'm not taking any shots. They typically in the half court, especially in the playoffs, have struggled to generate consistent looks or scoring opportunities in a row. So that is one of my biggest concerns. And since Ja Morant has came back from the suspension, he has not shot well from three. This team has not, besides Luke Kennard and not Dylan Brooks, Luke Kennard and Desmond Bane. Yeah. There is not really, would you say, maybe John Conchar? There's your other 3-point shooter. There's not like there's not a ton
Triple
of
J?
Triple J, but he takes what?
Like shooters, yeah. I mean,
but he takes what, 1, 2 threes a night? Not like he's not a shooter, right?
Yeah. The same thing applies for Memphis. They're gonna get downhill, get in transition, run the basketball, and get AD in some foul trouble.
You mean Lakers?
And,
no,
keep the Lakers on their heels, or keep them on their toes. It's going to be a phenomenal series. It might be one of the best series we get all playoffs here. And I haven't forgotten, obviously, about the Ja Morant, Steven Adams, Uncle Shea
Kenny
situation.
Lofton had 42 points and 14 rebounds to close out the season.
Yeah. Just wild.
That's absurd.
Yeah. I think Lakers is in.
If Steven Adams was playing, I would take the Grizzlies.
It's wild. I think Steven Adams is a skilled basketball player, but I don't think he'd make. It's like Kevon Looney. Like he's still not sniffing 20 plus.
Stop. No, you're overlooking. If Steven Adams and Brandon Clark were here, they would have more. You wouldn't have to worry about Jaren Jackson Jr. foul trouble. Then you would have Jaren Jackson Jr., Xavier Tillman, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, and Steven Adams to go up against Anthony Davis and Wayne Gabriel and Tristan Thompson, whoever else.
I'd just go small.
I know, but
you just casually threw in Tristan Thompson like he's gonna sniff the court.
I know.
But yeah, Steve Adams, he's a skilled basketball player, and they obviously and Brandon Clark as well. They'd be better off with them, but unfortunately they don't have them. And that makes this decision a lot easier too.
I think they would outright win if they had both Adams and Clark. I would think they would just be the bigger team.
Yeah, maybe logically, I don't think there's much of a flaw in there. I just think it's more for me. One team has LeBron James, who's the best passer in the NBA.
Behind Trae Young.
No. Come on, Aaron, help me out here. Who's better passer, LeBron or Trae Young?
There are very little people in this league who can pass the basketball like Trae Young.
LeBron James. Yeah. Like
LeBron James passes the ball like Trae Young. Trae Young is who LeBron looks up to.
That's just so absurd. So the last time the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies played, now keep in mind Ja Morant was not there. Anthony Davis had a little thing called 22 rebounds. Is that good? Not good at math. Is 22 rebounds good?
Can you shut the fuck up?
I feel like it is. Oh, and also important to note, LeBron James didn't play either.
All right, let's move over to the Hawks. We've spent too much time on this Lakers bullshit. We're 19 minutes
Game's
in.
A shitter. People overstate his talents. Not today.
Aaron, I love me some LeBron. I don't think anything's overstated, but I think Jackson's just being butthurt.
He's the best passer in the NBA, and he's like 40 years old. No.
But all right, let's talk about Trae Young. Trae Young is built for playoff basketball. Trae Young, if he said, I don't play regular season basketball. I was meant for play-in basketball. Back-to-back years, they shock the Cavaliers and now the Miami Heat to advance and go up to the Boston Celtics. Tonight, We saw goodbye, John Collins. Goodbye, DeAndre Hunter. Sadiq Bey and Jalen Johnson have taken your jobs. Clint Capella, 20-plus rebounds. I don't need to score. I'll just grab boards. DeJounte Murray playing second fiddle. And then off the bench, Bogey Bogdanovic. All right. Then we also had Sadiq Bey, Onyeka Okongwu, who also is probably going to take Clint's job. I'd be fine if they keep Hunter, but honestly, trade Hunter, trade John Collins, trade Clint Capella, start Okongwu, start Sadiq Bey, start Jalen Johnson as the future. All right. Quinsanity. All right, Quinsanity. This team looked awesome. I honestly, every time John Collins and DeAndre Hunter were on the floor, they were garbage. Sadiq Bey, Jalen Johnson had a put back dunk. Ooh, Jalen Johnson was at times their backup 5 and their 4. Jalen Johnson's a dog. Sadiq Bey is what they thought DeAndre Hunter was going to be. Did you watch this game?
Sadiq and Jalen did great. I don't know if they're the future, but they're probably a part of the future. Good game. We'll see how it translates to a 7-game series against Boston. I'm going to hold my breath for it, but
wow.
I mean, Boston's going to run them. They're going to absolutely run them.
We'll talk about that in a second.
It's DeJounte Murray's team, by the way. Sorry, Trae Young, but it's DeJounte's team. And yeah, I agree with you. Trae's built for playoff basketball. He's, underdog, villain arc. They'll probably steal a game, and it'll be good for them. And then we'll go back into the playoffs and be like, what are we gonna do here? Gentleman's sweep, yeah.
What's a gentleman's sweep?
4-1.
Like Celtics?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going in different directions here. I might get some
calling an upset here. Put
I
a case
have
of Red Bull on it. What?
I have to.
You're on crack.
I
The
am
Boston
on crack.
Celtics were the second best team in the league.
I spoke crack. I'm sorry. You have a problem with that?
I will buy you a Red Bull for every day the rest of your goddamn life if the Atlanta Hawks beat the Boston Celtics in the first round.
All right. Let's do that. I want
absurd.
I want yellow Red Bull for the rest of my goddamn life.
That is absurd.
All right. Let me tell you how the Atlanta Hawks could beat the Boston Celtics. Guess who's been a team struggling since?
It's not going to be the Boston Celtics, the second best team in the NBA.
Stop. Over the last month and a half, what team has been struggling in the NBA? Tell
The
me.
Atlanta Hawks.
No, it's actually, guess what? It's the Boston Celtics. They haven't been, their defense has been slipping, or the defense hasn't been there all year. All right. Their shots sometimes aren't falling. So right here, guess who the Boston Celtics lost their season series to because they were too big?
The New York Knicks.
Nope.
The Atlanta Hawks?
Nope.
Okay.
The Orlando Magic.
Oh, that's right. They suffered.
They lost 3-1 in their season series. The Orlando Magic, I believe, beat them 3 or 2 times this year. All right. And why did they beat them? In those games, they out-rebounded them in every single one of those games. All right. And they only have Bob Williams III or second, whatever. Is it third? Robert Williams III? Yeah.
Third.
Yeah. Robert Williams III, Bob. Okay. You got Al Horford. So Al Horford and Bob, that's 15 rebounds between them. Then you got Luke Cornett and Blake Griffin. You're telling me that you don't believe if Clint Capella can go out here and just be God mode and physically impose his will on the glass. Same thing with John Collins, who we've seen average a double-double, Onyeka Okongwu as well. All right, Jalen Johnson. I mean, Trae Young last night had 8 rebounds. Trae fucking Young is shorter than me, had 8 rebounds. All right, Trae Young's what, 6 foot flat? They say 5'11" on
Are you talking about last night?
Yeah, he had 8 rebounds.
Well, it would help if Miami could do this thing called make a bucket. That would also.
I know, but what I'm saying is, look, the Celtics are slipping. And they have shown to struggle all year against teams that rebound and attack the paint. I think with a coach like Quinn Snyder, he's going to just tell these boys, attack Al Horford, attack Robert Williams, get Robert Williams to follow out, get Al Horford to be the one guy inside. And out rebound these boys. Because you know what? This team can't rebound.
Oh, okay. So some fun facts for you. The Boston Celtics won 57 games this year, right? We all know that. Another fun fact, they, just like the Orlando Magic, or opposite of the Orlando Magic, they swept the season series against the Atlanta Hawks. They also have these two players that are pretty good called Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They've also won 12 of their last 15 games, so I'm confused where the slippage is. They also have the second best offense in the league, the fourth highest scoring offense in the league. They also have the third best defense in the league, the number one net rating. They also, rebounding the basketball wise, they are top 7. They are the third best defensive rebounding team in the NBA. And oh yeah, they have 2 players named Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. The other team doesn't. So yeah.
DeJounte Murray's taking Jaylen Brown out the game. This is Trae Young versus Jason Tatum.
And I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum on that one. Quinn Snyder is a beast, and I'm so glad he's the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks.
Now, fuck you.
Feel the same way. Well,
I don't even know what you said. Fuck whatever you said.
I cannot wait to hear Luke's opinion on what you just said.
All right. I'm just saying here, Aaron and everyone here who is disparaging me, who doesn't believe in me, all right? You're going to eat your words. You're going to eat your words, and I'm going to show up at your house like Freddy Krueger at nights and scare you. And is Freddy Krueger the one in your dreams? I don't watch horror movies.
I don't know.
I don't like horror movies. I've only seen one horror movie my entire life.
Just rewatched Sinister recently. It was so good.
I don't like horror movies. Why do I want to be scared? Aaron, thank you. I'm coming. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Quinn Snyder's an actual good coach. Like, he's actually going to put up a game plan.
So is Joe Mazzulla.
Oh, so Joe Mazzulla's first playoff series of his life? That's the other thing, people. It's Joe Mazzulla's first playoff series.
Didn't affect Ime Udoka, did it?
Yeah, but Ime Udoka played in the NBA. Did Joe Mazzulla?
Okay.
The
Joe Mazzulla was a part of what? The 2002
the Joe Mazzulla
Wolverines?
No, the West Virginia Mountaineers, bro. What an elite basketball program. I'm just saying, Quinn Snyder, Clint Capella are the 2 keys.
I agree with you. The Hawks can win a game in the series.
Would you be shocked if they won the series?
I will buy you a Red Bull every day for the rest of your life.
You have to suck your own
dick. I will pick up a job. No. I will pick up a...
You have to do some really homosexual shit to only make up for this.
I will retire as a basketball analyst and get a desk job and just rot my life away at that desk. So...
All right. So I think that just wraps up our playoff previews right there. Where do you want to hit with this? We can go and do some Pistons and Spurs off-season previews. We can go do the draft previews. Where are you feeling on going right here?
First off, I'm probably not going to watch the Bulls-Raptors game tonight because who the fuck cares?
I'll be watching.
So
I'll be watching.
And I definitely won't be watching the Pelicans Thunder game because who the fuck cares?
Also, ESPN 2 days ago posted on their website that the Timberwolves were going to be the 8th seed and the Lakers were the 7th seed. And so far, half of that has came
simulation. True. I'm telling you, dude, there's a reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New Orleans Pelicans are 9-10 and the Bulls and Raptors are 9-10. They shouldn't be in the playoffs. By the way, teams are still tanking. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. The play-in offers me nothing. It offers me. It's not.
Stop.
Because what does it offer me?
Oh yeah, are we doing off-season? Are we doing the draft preview or the off-season preview for the Pistons and Spurs? What do you have on your piece of paper?
I have info.
What do you want to do?
We can do the teams.
All right, let's start off with the Spurs. I want to find a picture that really encompasses where. You're enjoying the fuck out that
It's
paper.
my turn.
I'm trying to put up the paper. I'm trying to queue up. I mean,
It's my turn.
Go, you asshole.
Wait, let me get a good statistic here.
Well, I'm trying to find a great picture.
Huh.
Wait, I'm just gonna go to StatMuse.
Oof.
Spurs.
Yeah, the Thunder next year will be good. I'm glad Aaron agrees with me if he was agreeing with me.
All right, here we go. Let me zoom in a little. Alrighty, I want to go over to stats. Here we go. We got the San Antonio Spurs here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do our off-season preview. Jackson, why don't you cue this off?
Okay. Yeah, so obviously Vic's going to be a Spur soon. But if he isn't, that's where you have to start. Who are you going to take?
Can we be realistic? Victor Wembanyama is not going to Detroit. Victor Wembanyama is not going.
Yeah, he's going to the Spurs.
He's going to the Spurs or Charlotte.
It's going to be Spurs. I think it's going to be Spurs, Pistons, Hornets, Rockets. I think that's. I
don't know. You and I talk. I talk with this about Luke all the time that the NBA is so narrative driven, and
it's rigged.
I know, but okay. People don't realize San Antonio is the international franchise of the NBA. If you go outside the NBA, besides a Lakers jersey and maybe a Celtics jersey, the third most popular jersey you will see anywhere in the world is a Spurs jersey. You'll see probably someone wearing a Tony Parker, a Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan. Like those are probably the most like common jerseys in my travels of Europe and South America. That if it's not like a LeBron or Paul Pierce or Jason Tatum or something like that, it's a Spurs jersey. Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, and I'm in my mind, I think the NBA is well aware of that. And they know they know that it's a good look for him to go to San Antonio. The only other franchise I see is Charlotte, is because Charlotte's kind of been, they've been in this like hole. And the thing is the NBA doesn't give the number one pick to teams that tank.
They don't give the worst record like never gets the first pick anymore.
Or the team that unintentionally tanked. The freaking Sixers only got the number one overall pick once. They had to trade for it the other time. Yeah. They only got the number one pick once. Simmons? Yeah, and it was Ben Simmons. And they tanked 6 years. Yeah, they tanked 6 years in a row and got the number one pick once. The NBA does not give the number one pick to a team that tanks. So that's why I say the Spurs, because they actually tried winning games and then they lost them. And then also the Hornets, because they just literally the reason why they sucked this year was they were decimated by injuries and I just think regardless they're going to get a top 3 pick. I think regardless if they get Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, or Brandon Miller, all 3 of those guys, I mean obviously I think one, depending on which one you got next year could be, if they get Victor Wembanyama, they're a playing team in my mind. Maybe even Scoot. If they get Scoot and Vic, they're a playing team. I don't think they're that far away from being back into playoff basketball.
No, yeah, not at all. Weren't they right in it last year? Or did they make the play-in 2 years ago, or did they just miss it? Either or.
Yeah, basically they were right in it. And the thing is they have a starting center in Zach Collins. The guy was like averaging 16 and like 10 to close out the year. Okay, you got your starting wings in Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson. You have your starting power forward in Jeremy Sohan. Trey Jones is either, an average starting point guard or an elite backup point guard. They have the pieces here. They now just need to bring in some vets, figure out who's the guys to keep around. And really, if they get Scoot or Vic, I could see this team being like the Thunder.
Yeah, that's fine. That's first and foremost is who are they going to get in the draft. I think, Vic or Scoot, they'd be very pleased with. It would be interesting if they fell to 3 and had to take a guy like Brandon Miller. I'm curious what they would do with in that situation. but it's going to start off with your draft. They do have a lot of decisions they need to make. The good news is you have guys like Sohan and Vassell who are really solid. Like Sohan's super solid. They do a great job of drafting every single year. We saw it with Branham. They just do a good job drafting every year. Trey Jones is going to be a point of emphasis because if you get Scoot, well, that makes that decision a lot easier. But how much do you pay Trey Jones, and what does he do on your team? Because he was a bench player at the end of the season. So you're thinking, do you go after a vet like a Mike Conley if you draft Vic? Do you go after a Freddie Double V? Do you go out there and get a point commander? Because I think they do. I like Trey Jones.
It depends. It depends on where they go in the draft. If they get, Scoot or Vic, like the number 1 or 2 pick, I think they go out and get some vets. Okay, if you bring in a Scoot Henderson or a Victor Wembanyama, don't be surprised if they go out and get themselves a Fred VanVleet on a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And they bring in, an established, all-star player to be here with Victor Wembanyama, because you bring in Victor Wembanyama, everything changes. You bring in Scoot Henderson, I think you can also say everything changes, that you're trying to win. And even if you bring in Scoot Henderson, bringing in another guard to teach Scoot how to be a point guard in the NBA would be good.
Yeah. Lastly, Keldon Johnson, I think, is a possible trade candidate at some point next season. What? I'm curious what they're gonna do about it.
Why?
Because I'm imagining that their backup's gonna be Sohan for it, but Keldon plays the 3. So
Sohan's a power forward.
What was that?
Sohan's a power forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keldon's a 3, but they're both wings, but Sohan can do a multitude of different things, but he doesn't have a 3-point shot.
Sohan's a small ball 5 and a power forward. They're saying Jeremy Sohan is supposed to be a more athletic, modern day version of Draymond Green.
The only reason I'm bringing up a Keldon trade is if they had a backup ready to go that they felt comfortable with that they don't have quite yet. The reason is Keldon Johnson's on one of the best contracts in the NBA.
That's why I was shocked.
Is he still 20? I think he's still 23. He's either 23 or is he a fresh 24. This guy was so inefficient this season. In fact, his field goal percentage has dropped all 4 years in the league. He shot just 45.5% from the field. He's not great at mid-range. He's no longer good at 3-point shots, which is weird. He shot just 33% last year.
He's horrendous. Every single year, his teams got worse.
Yeah, but his efficiency has gotten worse every single year. So that's why I'm saying
he has to create for himself. He's not a self-creator that as much. Like, he can, but he's not like the guy that he is right now. When you bring in a guy like Vic, you bring in a Scoot, all right, his efficiency will jack up.
So then let me be more clear. I'm not saying trade Keldon Johnson. I'm just saying if a opportunity presents itself, because Keldon Johnson, even though he's had an inefficient season last year, he still gave you 22 points a game. I don't think Keldon Johnson is the face of their franchise. I don't think Keldon Johnson is their franchise player. However, he could have, breakouts or continuing to break out and get to that efficiency level, as you're saying, get a point guard around him, maybe a vet point guard around him. That makes it easier on everybody. But it is just an interesting thing that should be noted is he's on a phenomenal contract, and you just never know. He just might be the odd man out on this team because Vassell looks really good. Sohan looks really good. Whatever rookie.
Well, Vassell's their shooting guard.
I know that
they're 3.
I think
what's crazy?
I'd rather have Vassell be my guy than
Keldon Johnson's best stats came at power forward.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson, past few years was a power forward, but with Jeremy Sohan, they moved him back to his natural 3 position, but he used to play power forward for them. Now, like you said, Keldon Johnson's on too good of a contract to be traded.
For right now.
Yeah, but if they, for some reason, fell in the lottery to the 5th pick and they were going through another terrible year because they had to draft Cam Whitmore, I could see them trading Keldon Johnson, but that's very small, and I think not.
Yeah, I don't think they're quite there yet. I just think it will come up one day unless he gets his efficiency going.
Keldon Johnson's a month older than me. He's born October 11th, 1999. I'm born
Oh,
11/11/99.
So I'm older than Keldon Johnson?
You're older than Keldon Johnson.
Fucked. That is fucked.
All right. I just expect next year the San Antonio Spurs, depending on where they draft, to be making a run for the play-in.
Yeah, I concur.
All righty. Let's talk about the next team. I think the first thing we need to address is that they do need to hire a coach.
That could help.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what's going to – first off, the fact that Killian Hayes led this team in assists this season.
I mean, he kind of had to with Cade out.
Oh, I know, of course. I'm trying to see if they – Killian Hayes' stats on the year.
Killian was thrown a bone with the Cade injury. Because he was the odd man out.
Yeah, and then he kind of saves himself.
He at least looks like a very suitable backup point guard.
So our boy Kuram Mawani Arku 3 says Detroit got to hire the right guy. Do you want a vet coach or do you want a young coach? I really like Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day. I think Dwayne Casey, and I think they have a lot of veterans that help this team out. I don't think it's needed to go out there and get an OG cat. First year head coaches do worry me a little bit, especially with younger teams and older. They just worry me a little bit, but I'm sure Jerry would do a great job. I think Detroit's going to make a run for the play-in next year, maybe even a deeper playoff run. Cade, when your best player is out for the entire season, or you played 12 games, it makes it tough, but they have a lot of interesting young talent. They're going to have to figure out their big man situation. And my best guess is Troy Weaver probably has some type of idea of what they're doing. Stewart and Duran together did not work. Minus 16.3 net rating, 124.2 defensive rating. Stewart and Bagley out there, minus 26 net rating. Yeah, I mean, they probably know because I don't really know. But like the Stewart and Bagley combo hit an 83.6 offensive rating, which maybe in like the 60s would work. Killian Hayes, Jaden Ivey, Bojan Bogdanovic, Isaiah Stewart, James Wiseman. They only played 24 minutes together, but they had an 8.2 net rating. So that was their best big man combo out there. I'm going to imagine that this Pistons big boy group looks completely different next year. I think it'll be Bagley out. I think Beef Stew's going to be out. I think they'll run with Duran and Wiseman, to be honest with you. Or if it's not Wiseman, it'll be Stew.
I mean, if they get Vic, they're fucked.
I think if they get Vic, I think it makes it a lot easier. I think it makes it a lot easier for them to figure it out because now it's like, okay, now we don't need Bagley anymore. We can probably live without. What do they really value James Wiseman as? I like James Wiseman, so I think
like him because he can play power forward and center.
So, they'd probably cut off Bagley. I think Bagley's just going to get cut off regardless of what happens. I think honestly, they'd get rid of Beef Stew. But that's first and foremost. But they have enough veteran talent out here to continue to get your younger players, get your, hopefully you have franchise guy in Cade, you have Jaden Ivey. We'll see who they draft. It's going to be actually a really curious draft, but you kind of have to start at that big man group. And I'm going to imagine with all the different guys they threw out there, especially with the injuries at the end of the season, I'm going to imagine they have a firm grasp of what to do if what happens and just what they see in all these guys in general.
No, I think the biggest thing is figuring out. I think they can be the Thunder this year if they figure out who is part of the rotation and they start playing defense. I think the big thing is playing defense. Other thing is this team isn't necessarily a good 3-point shooting team. Maybe bring in some 3-point shooting. There's a lot of bigs on this team. I just think they need to space the floor. I just kind of want to know their identity. What are they doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man, the more I look at it, I think it's so tough. I know you like Wiseman at the 4, but it didn't work.
Oh, it's not pretty right now.
Yeah, but like, how much longer? Like, that's the thing. Wiseman's been in the league for a while, but this was kind of his rookie season. Yeah, it's tough, man.
He didn't look bad. You're acting like he was sucking.
I like
smoking
Duran.
crack.
Yeah, it's not gonna win you playoff games, and I think that's what they're. That's why they. Why else would you get Bogdanovich and pay Bogdanovich and get those vets that they got?
TP, I agree. I think Jerry Stackhouse should be the coach here. If you're gonna stick with a young coach, go with this Jerry Stackhouse. And I personally also agree with Chris that I hope they fall to like 4 or 5 and they get themselves like Cam Whitmore or Eamon Thompson. I think they have too many bigs. I don't want them to draft Vic because that would screw over all those bigs' careers. And then I think trading away Sadiq Bey, I can't name another wing besides Bojan Bogdanovic on this team.
Isaiah Livers.
I guess he's more of a power forward.
Yeah, small power forward.
Small power forward, yeah, 6'7".
I actually really like Isaiah Livers.
They have Eugene Omorui.
Yeah,
I forgot RJ Hampton came over. Was all right.
Yeah.
They had Kevin Knox. They traded him. So Al Burks. Yeah, so like this team, I think they need a wing. Go out and get Cam Whitmore. That would help this team. You got any other thoughts about the Detroit Pistons on how they could fix? I think, bringing in some more wings and maybe a vet. Bring back Chris Middleton.
They'll get a vet. Yeah, they'll get a vet for sure. They might dangle Bogdanovich and one of those young cats like Wiseman in a trade. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But yeah, there will be a vet. There will be a vet in town. A new vet in town, I should say. But really, at the end of the day as well, health. I need health.
Oh, of course. Of course. Health is the biggest thing and the thing that is most important. But let's go over here, and I got something right here to show you. These are the best defenders in the 2023 NBA draft. Reese Beekman, Osar Thompson, Kassan Wallace, Eamon Thompson, Rayan Rupert, Kevin McCullough, and Taylor Hendricks. Honorable mention to Victor Wembanyama. Reason why I didn't put Victor Wembanyama in there, Taylor Hendricks is really the only big. There's not a lot of rim protecting bigs this draft. Vic is obviously the best one. But who do you have as your best defenders?
I didn't know we were doing best defenders.
What do you think we were doing?
Top 5 point guards, top 5 point guard sleepers.
Oh, that's fine. We can save this for later.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Aaron. Love you, buddy. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Rocket news. Hamidou Diallo's an expiring contract. Don't expect him to return.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's do it. All righty. So right here we got ourselves, according to NBA Draft Room, their best point guards. God damn. This is just not working. How I would have wanted. All right, here we go. Booyah. Airdrop.
I want to make it clear to the viewers out there that this is my first time looking at college basketball stuff all year. So this is a mock 0.5. This is
All
point
right.
guard, top point guard mock 0.5.
Thomas, I did set him up. I did set you up for failure. Okay, so right here, according to NBADraftRoom.com, the top 16, we won't go to 16. We're going to do top 5. The top 5 point guards in this year's draft is Scoot Henderson at number 1. At number 2, Amon Thompson. At number 3, Anthony Black. At number 4, Kassan Wallace. And at 5, Jalen Hood-Schifino.
That's my exact top 5 list.
I
In order.
I think Jalen Hood-Schifino is more of a wing in the NBA. He's like a Quinn Grimes type player. Guard in college, wing in the NBA because he's like 6'5".
Yeah, his 4 assists still worked for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He got isn't this comparison Jamal Murray?
No, I don't even know. Jamal Murray is Nick Smith.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And I don't understand that at all, actually.
I don't know.
I view Nick Smith as more of a. How about I would say JHS is a combo guard just like Nick Smith.
I think
less point guards.
JHS is Quinn Grimes. I look at Jalen Hood-Schifino and I think Quinn Grimes. Personally,
I think future All-Star.
I don't think future All-Star, but I think Jalen Hood-Schifino is a guy who could be like Quinn Grimes, lead guard in college, defensive dog, wing player in the NBA. But let's get right into it. So when you look at this situation, I think it's definitely these are the top 5 point guards in this draft. It's for me. There's only 4 guys really worth drafting if you want them to be your future point guard. If you're drafting Jalen Hood-Schifino and you want him to be a point guard, he's going to be a high-level backup point guard. I think he can be a starting wing player. And Reese Beekman, I think he can be a high-level backup point guard. But Kassan Wallace has Drew Holiday tendencies. Anthony Black, in my opinion, could be the Josh Giddey, Tyrese Halliburton of this draft class. Yeah. Amon Thompson, I think the big thing with him is he doesn't have a 3-point shot. And him being 6'6", if that 3-point shot doesn't come around and stuff, he's either going to get like be Ben Simmons or a wing who just doesn't score.
Yeah, I like the point forward reference. That's kind of what I gathered. He's a freak athlete. I saw a comparison to Scottie Pippen, and I fell in love with a possible Houston Rocket meetup there. But he's a good athlete, so he'll do some damage even right away, as we saw on Overtime Elite, as we all watch. But yeah, he's got to get that 3. And then Scoot Henderson's just a clear cut number 1. He's got that swagger. He's got that it factor. He doesn't back down from anybody. He's a franchise caliber player, all-star minimum, and he's a future Rocket.
Yeah, no, I think the thing is right here, also Joshua George, you think Rockets will pick any of these guys? Don't
just
be
the first 2.
Yeah, I think the Rockets, depending on, they'll be a top 5 pick. I think either Scoot Henderson or Amon Thompson's going to be their guy. If they somehow fall closer to 10, it's going to be Anthony Black. But yeah, like I think they need to go get a point guard. I think they're fully aware. Also, I don't know how the Rockets went into a rebuild for 3 years and just never drafted a point guard.
Well, it was supposed to be Kevin Porter Jr. the whole time. And people didn't realize, like, he's not really a point guard. It's like, well, yeah, he wasn't a point guard.
Well, this year was finally the year everyone turned on KP.
This is exactly, and I got so much shit for this last offseason.
But he had his best season of his career.
I know, but he's not a point guard, and there's nothing wrong with it. He's a combo guard. He's a prolific scorer, and he can get a bucket whenever he wants. But, like, sometimes it's just a little too forced. It takes the flow out of the game sometimes because he's, just setting himself up. And that's why I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that, and he is so useful. He will be so useful to a team, and I hope it's the Rockets, and I hope it's as our 6th man because he would excel in that role. But, like, yeah, he's a scorer. He's a bucket getter. There's nothing wrong with that. But
no, I completely understand. I just noticed that a lot of people became anti our boy this past year.
What do you think of Judah Mintz
coming out of the draft?
Yeah,
Brandon
Knight-esque player.
Is he going back? I really like this guy named Juan Nunez. He's number 14 on our list right here.
Nunez.
Coming out of Spain.
Oh, from Overtime? Oh, wait, no, that's a Spaniard.
Yeah, dude, Juan Nunez.
No, he's not on my list.
Dude, he's playing for this year, which was the team that our boy Kellyan Hayes played for before he came to America. And he was a Real Madrid baby. And listen to this. This season so far for he's played about 20 minutes a night through 16 games, averaging 8 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 40% from the field, 20% from 3, 1.5 steals.
Swag.
Juan Nunez. Like this guy's a dog. Okay. The other day, dude, he had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 points. Couldn't find a score, so he just started dishing them out. Yeah, I really like this guy, Juan Nunez. He's 18 years old. That's the other thing. He doesn't turn 19 until June 4th.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Future Spur. I know Tiger Campbell and Marquise Noel, 2 guys who had a decent tournament.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything. Sorry, bro.
So listen to this. Your boy Karam is saying KPJ was playing the 4 in Cleveland. I don't think that's real.
It's not. Yeah.
I think that's the wrong pick, KPJ. KPJ would be the world's smallest 4. Was that a 4 lineup of like a 6'3" center?
That's why they're so big now, because they tried out the 6'6" and below starting 5, and that didn't work. They tried KPJ at the 4, and then they threw Laurie at the 3. They realized they're getting on the right track. And then they scrapped it all. They traded for Donovan Mitchell. Like all this is a waste of time.
Alrighty, 2 last things we want to do before we leave. Of course, we got to play the game that we always play, and that is some Purdle. So let's get right into today's game. Jackson, it's go time. Cyro, it's showtime. Boom shakalaka. Have you heard that?
No.
That's like the intro to Chris Haynes and Mark Stein's podcast. For they're like, Mark Stein, it's go time. Chris Haynes, it's showtime. Boom shakalaka.
We need a niched intro. I like our intro, but we need a niched intro.
What am I looking at?
That is Joy Badass.
Hey, this is probably gonna be like
Jimmy Butler.
No, dude, we've seen this.
Just give it a shot, though. I know it's not hit anything close to his hair. All right, there you go. He's a young cat. Oh, I really thought it was Cole Anthony. It's got to be
halfway through a notice.
Markelle Fultz, no?
Yeah, I was about to say it's Markelle.
Huh.
Those braids are so tight.
I didn't know it was. Yeah.
Those braids are thick, bro. Those braids are thick on Markelle. Alrighty.
Matt Ryan.
All right, let's play something for the audience.
Fuck? I haven't heard Matt Ryan's name. And
you mean Timberwolves?
You remember when Matt Ryan was about to save the Lakers season?
I don't know if he was ever going to save
if you
the Lakers
pair
season.
Matt Ryan with Russell Westbrook, Russ could have a playoff impact. What was the last thing of the show? Oh, yeah. Where'd it go?
I'm putting up the full version. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, of course. My pleasure. My pleasure. Cyro, how would you say that this entire process has been for you, getting to decide between all of the schools that wanted you to attend?
The process was an incredible one, to speak to schools that extended offers to me, from the University of Maryland, the University of South Florida, University of Denver, Miami, and many more, FAU and Gonzaga. They were all just incredible programs and great places to live, and what, made this decision so much harder.
When did you make your decision? Did you make it this morning? Have you known for a long time?
I think I decided in my sleep last night. It feels like every time I think about it, I'm always just making a different decision. But I think people have known my decision for a while, and I'm excited for what the future has in store.
All right, and finally, the answer to the question that everybody wants to know. Where will you, Cyro, be taking your talents next year?
I'll be taking my talents to South Beach and joining the University of Miami. I just want to say thank you to everyone for this amazing experience, for all the schools, all the administrators and educators I spoke to. You know, I'm just a little old foreign, first generation country boy. I won't keep that in there, but yeah, no, it's really cool. I'm excited to be handed the resources and to live in where, you know, most of the, I can't say that. I was gonna say the immigrants came from, but I'm excited to live where Tony Montana lived. All right, and I'm excited to make an impact, to use my ability to hablar español y hablar y, you know, cubrir todas las historias de Latinos. Right there, flexing my Spanish. So just stay in store, I guess. We're not gonna win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 championships. I wanted to wrap this up with 2. It was funny.
How many cuts was that? One take?
Yeah, it was just, well, the way I felt it. First off, fuck Luke saying he knew how to focus a goddamn camera, because I focused him perfectly and I was somewhat out of focus, and I was so fucking mad about that. But we'd already filmed. Most people wouldn't notice, but I got fucking pissed off about it because like we had filmed it twice already and I wasn't trying to film it. And like the microphone, the lav mic I had wasn't working, so I had to bring this microphone into the living room and literally set it up between us, and then in post edit, take a separate audio file and fucking like sync it to my voice. Like that audio you're hearing is not from the video. Like I had to pull it from, like I recorded it separately.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and then I like matched it up to how I was speaking.
Jeez.
Yeah, I call editing, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck? Giving Luke the best supporting cast in an NBA show video, real life video.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So,
jeez. Thomas loves.
She didn't
it
like
there.
that. She didn't like this.
Puppy.
Thomas Perry. Thomas.
Treat. Treat. Hello.
She's like not happy. She's like over here like, oh my God. She's like, I got eye boogers. Look at the camera.
Treats. Oh.
All right. Luke's hair at his age makes me feel better about my hair at my age. Goat comment. All right. Guys, I got nothing else to say. I thought we did good here for us both being, fighting some demons. I was like fighting demons and constipation this morning. I don't know. It just didn't want to come out, but I knew it had to come out.
You need that coffee, man.
I know this tea.
Ugh. I like tea, but
I do like tea.
Coffee.
You're telling me, buddy. All righty. Thank you. I appreciate TP. We're out of here.
My hair smells good.
That's good for you. I got to shower.
Smells like me.
Okay, that just cues the end of this fucking show. Have a great day, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Be a friend to tell a friend, and go check us out on streaming podcasts if you guys missed the show. But we're not a podcast. We're an internet show that's live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Go James. Go Raptors. Or go Bulls. Get it done tonight. Cheers.
Cheers.